Silence holds a profound and often misunderstood power. In a world where voices clamor to be heard, where strength is often measured by how loudly or forcefully one can speak, the true depth of silence is frequently overlooked. Yet silence is far from passive or weak. It is an intentional choice, a deliberate act of strength, and a testament to one's ability to rise above noise and distraction. Strength is not always in the loud proclamation of opinions or the quick defense against criticism. True strength lies in restraint, in knowing when words are unnecessary, and in choosing silence as a response. It is easy to react in the heat of the moment, to let emotions dictate actions, and to fight battles with words. But it takes a deeper strength to pause, to assess, and to decide that silence can be more powerful than speech. Silence creates space for control. When someone chooses not to react impulsively, they maintain authority over themselves and the situation. They signal that their emotions do not control them and that they are not compelled to explain or defend their worth. This quiet self-assurance often disarms those who seek to provoke or engage in conflict. It conveys a message that strength is not dependent on outward expression, but on inner composure. Moreover, silence protects dignity. Words spoken in haste can lead to regret and cause harm that cannot easily be undone. By choosing silence, one avoids the pitfalls of saying too much or saying the wrong thing. Silence gives time for reflection, for clarity of thought, and for the formulation of measured responses. It is a shield against missteps and a safeguard for maintaining respect and integrity, both for oneself and for others. Silence is not the absence of action, it is preparation for effective action. When faced with challenges, taking a moment of quiet allows for the gathering of strength and strategy. It is during these moments of silence that one can assess situations with a clear mind, understanding the nuances and complexities that may not be apparent in the heat of the moment. This considered approach ensures that actions taken afterward are purposeful and impactful. In interpersonal relationships, silence often demonstrates empathy and understanding. Listening without the need to interject or dominate a conversation shows respect for the other person's voice. It creates a space for deeper connections and resolutions that may not emerge from a barrage of words. Silence becomes an act of love, patience, and wisdom, showing that strength is also found in the ability to simply be present. Ultimately, silence is not an avoidance of confrontation or a retreat from challenges. It is a powerful statement of self-assurance and wisdom. It says, I know my value and I do not need to prove it through noise. Silence reflects an inner strength that transcends the fleeting power of spoken words. It is a choice, a discipline, and a weapon that allows individuals to navigate life with grace, composure, and unshakable confidence. The ability to disarm conflict through silence is one of the most profound demonstrations of wisdom and strength. In moments of tension, the human instinct is often to react immediately, to defend, or to retaliate. Yet silence offers an alternative path, one that confounds aggression, shifts the power dynamic, and redirects the energy of conflict. Silence, used intentionally, becomes a tool not of avoidance but of mastery over volatile situations. When faced with anger or provocation, responding with silence can be both surprising and unsettling for the other party. Words once spoken can act as fuel to escalate a disagreement. Silence, on the other hand, removes that fuel. Without a response, the momentum of the confrontation often dissipates. This absence of reaction forces the other person to pause and reflect, sometimes exposing the irrationality or intensity of their own behavior. The power of silence in such situations lies in its ambiguity. Words often clarify positions and reveal intentions, but silence leaves space for interpretation. This unpredictability shifts the balance of power. The individual who chooses silence demonstrates a level of control and confidence that can unsettle those who rely on provoking reactions. Silence sends a clear, unspoken message: I am not compelled to engage on your terms. This restraint shows strength and discipline, qualities that often command respect, even from those who initially sought to provoke. Silence also creates a pause that allows emotions to cool. In the heat of conflict, emotions run high, clouding judgment, and often leading to words or actions that are later regretted. By choosing silence, one creates a moment of stillness, a break in the cycle of escalation. This moment can serve as a reset, giving all parties an opportunity to rethink their approach and consider the consequences of their actions. It is in this pause that conflicts often lose their intensity, opening the door for resolution rather than further discord. Moreover, silence fosters a sense of mystery. It leaves the other party wondering about your thoughts, your strategy, or your next move. This sense of uncertainty can be more impactful than any verbal response. It shifts attention away from confrontation and redirects it toward introspection, forcing the other person to question their own words and actions. This reflection can lead to self-awareness and ultimately a de-escalation of the situation. Silence does not imply weakness or submission. Instead, it demonstrates a deep understanding of the power of non-reaction. It is an active choice, a conscious decision to prioritize peace and resolution over ego and impulsive behavior. This form of silence is not passive but strategic, serving as a means to maintain control and influence outcomes without unnecessary conflict. By choosing silence, individuals demonstrate that they are governed not by emotions or external pressures, but by wisdom and clarity. This disarming power of silence not only diffuses tension, but also sets the stage for meaningful dialogue, mutual respect, and lasting understanding. It is a profound tool, one that, when wielded effectively, can transform even the most challenging situations into opportunities for growth and connection. Silence is one of life's most profound teachers, offering lessons that words cannot convey. In the quiet moments where distractions fade and the noise of the world subsides, clarity emerges. Silence allows us to confront our thoughts, understand our emotions, and connect with truths that often remain hidden amidst the constant chatter of daily life. It is in the stillness that we begin to hear the whispers of wisdom. In silence, the mind is given the space it needs to process, reflect, and analyze. When the outside world grows quiet, the inner world awakens. Questions that seem unanswerable in the midst of chaos find resolution in moments of stillness. Silence provides the opportunity to step back from the immediacy of reactions, to view situations from a broader perspective, and to uncover solutions that might otherwise go unnoticed. It is a space where creativity flourishes and where intuition is given room to breathe. This act of listening in silence is not limited to introspection. Silence allows us to become more attuned to the world around us. When we pause and truly listen, we hear not only the spoken words of others, but also the unspoken. The tone of a voice, the pauses between words, the expressions that accompany silence all reveal truths that might be missed in a rush to respond. Silence teaches us to pay attention, to observe, and to empathize deeply. In relationships, silence is often the space where understanding grows. Words can clarify, but silence fosters connection. It allows time to process what has been said and to absorb the emotions behind the words. In moments of silence shared with others, trust is built. It is in those pauses that bonds are strengthened as people feel heard and valued, not because of what is said, but because of the space they are given to simply be. Beyond its relational value, silence teaches patience. It is a reminder that not all answers are immediate and that some things are revealed only in their own time. In a world driven by instant gratification, silence calls us to wait, to endure the discomfort of not knowing, and to trust the process of discovery. This patience cultivated through silence becomes a profound strength, enabling us to navigate uncertainty with grace. Silence also humbles us. In its vastness, we are reminded of how small we are and how much there is yet to learn. It confronts us with the limits of our knowledge and opens us to the possibility of growth. In the quiet, we come face to face with our fears, hopes, and dreams, gaining a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. Ultimately, silence is not an absence but a presence. It is the presence of wisdom, the presence of possibility, and the presence of understanding. It teaches us to value stillness, to embrace moments of quiet, and to recognize that in the silence there is always something to learn. Silence, when embraced, becomes a lifelong companion, guiding us toward deeper awareness and a richer experience of life. Silence is often misunderstood as inaction, but in truth it is one of the most intentional and deliberate actions a person can take. It is a choice to pause, to reflect, and to hold space for thought rather than rushing into impulsive reactions. In a world where noise is constant and activity is celebrated, choosing silence requires discipline and a deep understanding of its purpose. It is a powerful tool for preparation, clarity, and measured response, allowing individuals to act with wisdom and precision. At its core, silence is not the absence of communication, but a form of it. By choosing silence, one communicates restraint, self-control, and focus. It sends a message that words, while powerful, are not always necessary or appropriate. Sometimes silence speaks louder than any sentence could. It conveys the depth of thought, an ability to listen, and a willingness to prioritize understanding over immediate expression. Intentional silence is an act of preparation. Before making critical decisions, silence allows for the gathering of thoughts, the weighing of options, and the careful consideration of consequences. It creates a buffer between stimulus and response, ensuring that actions taken are not impulsive but deliberate. In this pause, clarity emerges, revealing truths and possibilities that might otherwise be obscured by haste. It is in silence that plans are refined and strategies are developed, ensuring that when action is taken, it is purposeful and impactful. In the midst of conflict or tension, silence serves as a stabilizing force. While emotions may urge us to react quickly or defend ourselves passionately, silence creates a moment of calm. It disrupts the cycle of escalation, allowing space for reflection and de-escalation. This intentional choice to pause does not signify weakness but demonstrates strength, for it requires great self-control to resist the pull of immediate response. By choosing silence, one assumes control over the situation, signaling that actions will be guided by reason rather than emotion. Silence is also a tool for connection and presence. In relationships, it allows for deeper listening and understanding. When we hold silence intentionally, we create space for others to express themselves fully, to feel heard and valued. This act of silence fosters trust and intimacy as it prioritizes the needs and voices of others over our own desire to interject or respond. Silence becomes a gift, offering patience and attention in a way that words often cannot. Furthermore, intentional silence is a means of protecting one's energy and focus. Not every situation demands a response, and not every battle is worth fighting. Silence allows individuals to conserve their energy for what truly matters, avoiding unnecessary entanglements and distractions. It is a boundary that says, I choose where to invest my time and energy. Ultimately, silence as intentional action is about mindfulness. It is a choice to act or refrain from acting with purpose and awareness. It reflects a commitment to aligning one's responses with one's values and goals. Far from being passive, silence is an active stance, a deliberate decision to rise above the noise and engage with life in a way that is thoughtful, strategic, and impactful. Through silence, we find power, clarity, and the space to create meaningful change. Silence is one of the most effective shields a person can wield. It is a protective force, guarding the mind, emotions, and dignity in ways that words and actions often cannot. In a world where reactions are immediate and conversations are filled with noise, silence offers a retreat, a safe space where clarity can reign and unnecessary harm can be avoided. Far from being passive or submissive, silence as a shield is an active choice, a demonstration of control, and a defense against the chaos that external forces often seek to impose. When confronted with conflict, criticism, or provocation, silence provides a barrier that deflects unnecessary engagement. Words spoken in the heat of the moment can inflame situations or cause damage that lingers long after the conversation has ended. Silence, however, creates a pause, a buffer that absorbs the initial force of negativity without allowing it to escalate. It prevents impulsive reactions that could lead to regret or further entanglement. By choosing silence, one effectively says, I will not allow this situation to dictate my actions or emotions. Silence also shields the individual from external judgment and scrutiny. In an age where every word is analyzed, dissected, and often misinterpreted, withholding a response can be the most powerful form of self-preservation. Silence denies others the ability to twist or weaponize your words against you. It allows you to retain control over your narrative, ensuring that your voice is not taken out of context or used in ways you did not intend. This restraint protects both your reputation and your peace of mind. Moreover, silence guards against emotional exhaustion. Engaging in every argument, responding to every critique, or trying to justify oneself to everyone is draining. Silence sets boundaries, signaling that not every issue demands your attention and not every opinion requires your response. It preserves energy for what truly matters, allowing you to focus on actions and conversations that align with your values and priorities. By choosing silence, you protect yourself from being drawn into unnecessary battles that deplete your strength without yielding meaningful outcomes. In relationships, silence serves as a shield for harmony. Sometimes the best response to a heated exchange is no response at all. Silence allows emotions to cool, giving both parties the space needed to reflect and reconsider their positions. It prevents the cycle of escalation that often occurs when anger meets anger or frustration meets frustration. By choosing silence, you demonstrate respect for the relationship and a willingness to prioritize resolution over conflict. Silence also shields against the chaos of a noisy world. It creates a sanctuary where one can retreat from the pressures and distractions of daily life. In this quiet space, there is room for self-reflection, growth, and renewal. Silence protects the mind from becoming overwhelmed, offering a moment of calm amidst the storm. It is a reminder that peace is not found in outward circumstances, but in the stillness within. Ultimately, silence as a shield is about choosing what to let in and what to keep out. It is an act of self-respect and self-preservation, a declaration that your energy, peace, and dignity are worth protecting. In a world that often seeks to provoke and demand, silence becomes a powerful defense, ensuring that you remain grounded, focused, and unshaken. It is not avoidance, but wisdom, not passivity, but power, a quiet force that guards the self and upholds one's inner strength. Silence is a deliberate and often overlooked path to achieving victory. In a world where success is frequently associated with noise-loud proclamations, bold arguments, and relentless pursuit, silence offers an alternative that is subtle yet profoundly effective. Choosing silence is not about surrender or inaction. It is about strategic decision-making, exercising control, and focusing on the ultimate goal. It is a tool for triumph that operates beneath the surface, guiding actions with precision and clarity. Victory often demands the ability to rise above distractions and provocations. When faced with challenges or opposition, the instinct to react swiftly and assertively can be tempting. However, such reactions are not always aligned with long-term success. Silence allows a person to pause, to think critically, and to act with intention. It creates a space where emotions can settle and the most effective response can emerge. In this way, silence becomes a powerful tool for maintaining focus on the larger objective, ensuring that short-term impulses do not derail long-term goals. In the realm of conflict, silence holds the power to neutralize opposition. When met with hostility or confrontation, words can often escalate the situation. Silence, on the other hand, diffuses tension. It removes the fuel that feeds conflict, leaving the aggressor without the response they expect or desire. This lack of reaction can unsettle opponents, shifting the dynamics in your favor. Silence demonstrates composure and strength, sending a message that you are not easily shaken and that your victory lies not in petty arguments but in the ultimate resolution of the matter at hand. Silence also serves as a foundation for strategic thinking. The moments of quiet reflection it provides are essential for evaluating the landscape of a situation. In silence, you can observe without distraction, analyze the intentions of others, and anticipate outcomes. This foresight allows you to make informed decisions that position you advantageously. By choosing silence, you ensure that your actions are deliberate, calculated, and effective rather than reactive or impulsive. Furthermore, silence protects your energy and resources, allowing you to channel them toward meaningful pursuits. Engaging in every debate or responding to every challenge can be draining and counterproductive. Silence is a choice to conserve your strength for battles that truly matter, ensuring that your efforts are directed where they can have the greatest impact. This disciplined approach enhances your ability to achieve victory, as you remain focused on what is most important rather than being sidetracked by trivial distractions. Victory achieved through silence is often deeper and more enduring than that achieved through noise. It is not about overpowering others or proving a point. It is about achieving your goals with integrity and wisdom. Silence reflects confidence in your path and trust in your abilities. It shows that you are not driven by the need for external validation, but by a clear understanding of your purpose. Ultimately, silence as a choice for victory is a testament to the power of restraint and the strength of intention. It is a reminder that true success is not always loud or visible, but often quiet and profound. By embracing silence, you align yourself with clarity, focus, and purpose, ensuring that your victories are meaningful, sustainable, and aligned with your values. In the quiet, triumph is born.